Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Going In Blind. So we are really blind on this one. I gotta be completely honest. I gotta confess to you, I don't understand why all the Edwards, except for one, have to be backups. What is up with that? I don't get it. I don't get why they're all in Ice 2 and no other card is. I mean, no other cast member of Final Fantasy IV is so attuned to Ice as all these random boss or evil guys and then these random support people. But Edward really doesn't work with itself, and Edward really doesn't do anything but be a backup. I don't get it. So yeah, let's talk a bit more about that. We have 2-cost Edward forward, the only one. It says all forwards have haste. That's pretty amazing. And then forwards cannot gain haste. Oh, all forwards lose haste. Oh my god, that's a stacks piece. Disgusting. That's okay though. It doesn't matter. So we got Edward 2-cost on a backup, and it's Pictologica. So it's gonna be tap and choose one card in your opponent's break zone, remove it from the game. Okay, sure. If someone wants to revive something, you can do this in response, I guess. That's mean. You also have another cost 2 Edward backup, which is gonna be when he enters the battlefield, choose one dull forward, and if your opponent controls 2 or more dull forwards, break it. So you're gonna have to be dulling quite a lot for this to work. Then we got Edward on cost 3 backup. When Edward enters the field, your opponent discards one card from his or her hand. Okay, we got the discard going on, and then cancel the summon by tapping and pitching another Edward. So that's gonna be useful. It's good that we have multiple ones that are going to be paying, so they pay for each other rather than tapping for mana. I mean, dulling for CP. Don't kill me. And then we got the sacrifice special attack, which is discarding another Edward from your hand to get those specials. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, we got this other one. It's a cost 3 as well. It's a backup 2, and it's actually a king instead of a bard, just like this one. It's a king. Interesting. And it says pay 2 and tap. Your opponent discards one card from his or her hand. Okay, so we got discards here and here. We got losing haste. We got remove from the game. I mean, exile grave. You know, it's just removal, I guess. Dulling stuff, breaking stuff. Interesting. Then we got a 4-cost Edward backup, which is choose one forward, dull it. Another Edward 4-cost. Whenever your opponent's attack phase, during your opponent's attack phase, when a forward you control is put from the field to the break zone, your opponent discards one card from their hand. Okay, there's a lot of discard here. Oh my god. Then we got a 2-cost Harley backup. All backups. Oh my god. Tap and sacrifice. Each player discards one card. At the end of the turn, each player draws one card. I think that's gonna tap for mana the whole time. Then we got another Harley cost 2 backup. It says the cost required to play card name Edward onto the field is reduced by 2. Oh, that's nice. Cannot become 0, so only for these 3 it's gonna be 1. The other ones are going to go down to 1 or 2. That's cool. That's a nice touch. Nice. I like the artwork too. Pretty cool. Now on the other hand, we have the one-offs, all these little critters that are not very good in my opinion. But we have no other choice than to run this on Ice. So we got Barnabas. At the beginning of the main phase 1, if you don't control a Lugai, dull Barnabas, and when it enters the battlefield, activate Barnabas. Interesting. So we got 2 Lugai. One of them is a backup, one of them is a forward. The backup costs 2. It says when a forward enters the battlefield, you may remove Lugai from the game. If you do, that forward gains 2,000 power and brave. I'm guessing the other one's the better one. Yeah, this one's gonna work with this one, definitely. Lugai for cost 4 forward says when Lugai enters the battlefield, you may search for a Barnabas, add it to your hand. Okay, and you can tap and Tap and pay 1 ice to choose a forward, dull it, or freeze it. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's keep going. So Calbrena, I don't see a pattern here. I don't think there is one. But it's ice, so maybe the pattern is just dulling stuff, being annoying, and not letting the other player win, I guess, or play at all. So Calbrena says back attack, and what? Yeah, it's a forward. It says when Calbrena enters the field, choose one ability that is choosing only one character. This must be like a targeting only one character either player controls. The ability is now choosing Calbrena instead. Yeah, the switches target. Okay. Well, when Calbrena is dealt damage by a forward, opponent controls. Choose one forward, opponent controls. This sounds like caveman speak. Deal it damage equal to Calbrena's power. Okay, so removal and redirect target. Interesting. Seems very niche, very situational, but whatever. Now we got a cost for Tella. Is actually, these two are usually fire. So the fact that they're both on ice is interesting. Kind of lets you think maybe they want you to use ice with fire, or maybe they are trying to start making that combination where they hadn't before, just like with all the Final Fantasy VII cards, where all the good guys were locked in fire, wind, and earth, wind, and fire, and all the bad guys were locked in ice and lightning. And suddenly you got a Cloud that is wind and lightning. You got a Zack that is lightning and fire. You got an Aerith with water. There's no water in Final Fantasy VII. Ironically enough, the stream doesn't exist, right? So yeah, let's go back to the topic though. We got Palom for 2 cost forward, and it says when it enters the battlefield, select one of the 3 following actions. Either each player discards 1 card from their hand, or choose one forward and freeze it, or dull all the backups. What? Dull all the backups opponent controls. That's so mean. It's only when it enters, so it's not that mean. That's okay. Then we got our first summon of Final Fantasy IV. It's gonna be the Mind Flayer, cost 2, and choose 1 forward and opponent controls, dull it, and draw a card. Nice, it's a cantrip. And then we had a filler spot. I'll be fully honest, I don't know what to put there, so I put a Cecil there. It says if you control 6 or more Cat 4 characters, the Cat 4 forwards you control gain plus 2000 and Brave. Nice, because we really need those powers, and the bravery too. Then dull 2, activate Cat 4 characters. Dull 2 active Cat 4 characters, choose 1 forward and dull it. And dull 4 instead and choose 1 forward and deal it 8000 damage. This is very good because it allows all these backups, which are characters, we can actually dull forwards so that they don't attack us, and that's a way to keep these backups working even though they're not paying CP, even though they're not actually doing their effect. So if we got such a surplus of backups, then we can have Cecil be the one that taps them for other stuff like damage or for dulling. So it is either doing damage, accelerating our pace, or it is slowing their pace down. So that's pretty good stuff. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I don't know what to change here. I don't think this deck works very well. It seems very low powered, but hey, it's the first one of category 4, so we'll see what the other ones try to manage. Maybe I can get the other 50 card deck and get some rounds going on, but for now I think this is gonna be maybe one of the worst ones. Interestingly enough though, the more card selection you got, the better the deck gets, but also the less card selection you get, I don't know, the more you get, the more it feels like 50 is not enough. That's very weird. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Comment on your ideas, like, will the Cecil actually work here with all these dulling and tapping and untapping, all these things? I think Cecil's a good idea, but let me know in the comments what you think, as well as like, share, subscribe, and follow for more, okay? I will see you on the other videos. Peace out.